So there I am getting a lap dance.
Oh, at the horizontal broom or the
the Witches Club.
Witches Club, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm getting this lap dance. Things are going well. And then all of a sudden, this girl's bloody polyjuice potion wears out and she turns back into my Uncle Boris.
Oh, what?
I'll tell you what, that's the last time I tip. Welcome back to the Wizard's Tower.
Welcome back to the Wizard's Tower. Oh my god.
The Wizard's Tower!
I wanted to talk about your Doug.
Okay, what about him?
He's weird.
Yeah, well, he is a 300-year-old ancient creature that was once a man.
Nah, he's a weird dog. Every time I get out of the shower and go into my room,
I don't like where this is going.
there he is, sitting on my bed, watching me get dressed.
Just sits there and just... He is a watcher. He likes to watch.
He just stares at me, and sometimes he's aroused.
Let's just say him and his old man have a lot in common.
He's a freak, mate. He's an absolute freak. What other weird stuff's he done? He always picks the most expensive shit to eat.
He's also right next to us right now chewing a bone. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He just goes to town on this like plastic bone that's for like incessant chewers.
Yeah.
And he's had that bone for like 6 months and he's barely made a dent in it. He loves it.
He does love it.
I thought it was edible. I thought it was an edible bone for the longest time because that's how it's advertised. And then I looked at it. I looked at the ingredients. It's just plastic.
Yeah, it'd have like, it's not even microplastics in him. He's just got actual
He's just
plastic.
got so much actual plastic.
Large plastics in him.
Yeah. He does, whenever I take him to the park, he does eat anything he can get his hands on. He's got a particular affinity for finding tissues.
Finding chocolate
as well, but at the park, used tissues.
Oh, that's filthy.
And he always finds one. Every time I go to the park, I don't know who keeps sneezing and leaving their tissues or doing whatever and leaving their tissues at the park, but every single time I've gone there in the whole year that we've been here, he's found one. He's probably got 365 tissues somewhere in his digestive tract.
That is filthy. Another funny thing that Frank did the other day while I was in the shower. You weren't home. I was in the shower and I'm listening to music, and then my music stops. I'm like, what's going on here? So I pull my phone out and press play. Music starts up again. And as I've got my phone in my hand, it just says connecting to AirPods. And like when you open the AirPods and put them in your ears, it automatically connects.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at it like, how's that? And then it just clicks. I run out of the shower. There's Frank on my bed with my AirPods in his mouth. Chewing them. Absolutely chewing them.
I've trained him well then.
Yeah.
He never touches my stuff.
He's kind of like a little like Ocean's 11 high star.
I remember this one time we brought home fish and chips and and we'd eaten the fish and chips or whatever, and I think you called me into your room and I was like, all right. So I leave the fish and chips on the table. We like watch this video or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's funny. And then it's just I hear the sound of nothing, dead silence, which is never a good sign.
When you've got Frank.
And I run back into the lounge room and there's Frank like Dudley leaning over Harry Potter's cake, just absolutely going to town, scoffing it down his mouth as fast as possible. Like, and then I'm like, oi, like that. And his face, I've never seen a more like fearful face from Frank ever, because he knew he was doing the wrong thing. And he like, his body is still facing the fish and chips, but it's just his head turns around. There's like his eyes looking at me.
He's got to use dinner that day and his lunch. He didn't have to eat for a week. He ate so much.
Uncommon comedy.
Something weird happened to me the other day at the supermarket.
Go on.
At this, not the supermarket I work at, but the supermarket, like a sister supermarket, like the same franchise. But I went to this supermarket and I bought 4 blocks of chocolate. Half of it got eaten by Frank, but I bought 4 blocks of chocolate because they were on special. I was like,
2 for you, 2 for Frank.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I'm walking out of the shop and this bloke comes running down the like escalator behind me and like taps me on the shoulder. I had my headphones on so I couldn't hear him. Taps me on the shoulder, I turn around and he flips out a security, like he's wearing like casual like clothes, like not security outfit, but he flips out this little security like badge, like police
Oh my
badge.
God.
It looked fake. Looked pretty fake. I thought this guy was taking the
This
taking
guy
the
got
piss.
bullied in school.
Legit, I thought he was taking the piss. And he like flips it out and he's like, excuse me, mate, did you buy them? And I'm like looking around like, is he actually talking to me right now? Like, I literally just come from the supermarket, like, and he's like, have you got the receipt on you? I'm like, nah, I threw it in the bin. And he's like, oh, right. And I was like, I can show you my like bank details to show you that $16 went out of my account.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? I literally work at a supermarket like down the road. and he was like, right, all right, I'll believe you. And then walked off. And I was like, what a shit. He did such a shit job. He literally ran, like, I was like halfway down the shopping center. He ran from the supermarket
It's
all
like
the way
Will
to
Smith
me.
in Men in Black, like the first one. He's just running,
Legit.
jumps up a double-decker bus, like, you know.
I climbed the wall.
Wait!
I look at him and blink sideways. You know.
It's too late.
I've already eaten it. Yeah, so that was really weird. And I
Dude,
was kind of like, what the
For
fuck?
$16 as well.
Yeah, I know, for 4 blocks of chocolate.
Yeah.
Am I really going to go to a supermarket? I'm going to steal like meals and like, you know what I mean?
How the fuck does he know that you didn't, like, was he watching you at like the self-serve or something?
It's funny. I walked out and saw him there and he was standing next to the BWS and he was sort of standing there like drinking his like water and that. And I sort of looked at him and he was kind of like looking around doing like weird stuff. And I was like, all right, that guy's kind of, I actually thought like that guy's kind of weird. And then I walked down and then he tapped me on the shoulder and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. And then he flips out his little, he's got security badge. It literally looked like a toy. It looked like a toy, like.
He's like, you got to flip it flip it out and back real quick or people make fun of you. You know, anyone approaching you in public is like a scary feeling.
Yeah,
You know, like
100%.
anyone that like goes, hi, excuse me. You're like, oh, fuck. They're either going to be selling me something or they're going to be asking for money or they're going to be on drugs and doing all three. Selling me crack and asking for money. So whenever someone approached you in public, it's like an instinctual feeling to just be like, oh, fuck, I do not want to talk to this person.
I had my like headphones on, so I was like literally in my own world, just like walking to my car and he tapped me on the shoulder and he's like, you pay for them? And then he didn't really do his job at all. I was like, yeah. And he's like, have you got the receipt?
like, oh,
Because he was like, oh, a couple of the workers thought you didn't pay for it. And I was like,
What?
I literally was standing in front of this like old lady at the service.
Dressed
thing.
in supermarket attire.
wearing my fucking uniform.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got like a black bandana on.
Yeah.
You got like the stripe, the striped
shirt on, holding a
twiddling your mustache.
Thought I didn't pay for it, eh?
I can show you my receipt. Yeah, so that was really weird.
That's so dumb.
Have you ever had that done? Have you ever had like?
I've never been confronted by someone accusing me of stealing chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm usually a lot sneakier than that. They don't catch me. But I've had people approach me in public before a few times. Like that story reminds me of this time I was like outside of Bunnings. I'd bought something at Bunnings and I was like in the car park and it's like one of those outdoor, like a pretty big like outdoor car park.
Yeah.
And this guy comes up to me. And he's like, oh, excuse me, mate. Dude had like a ripped shirt, like definitely a suspicious character instantly. He's like, oh, mate, can you just drop me down the road? And I was like, instantly, I was like, there's no way in the world I'm letting a stranger in my car. So I was like, very nice about it. I was like, oh, sorry, bro. Like, no, I can't. He's like, oh, mate, I got to get down the road because the courts are shutting at this time and I got to get down here and send this letter off and please, like, you got to help me out. And I was like, no,
Run.
like, dude, he like explained where he needed to go and it was like 20 minutes away. And I was like, how the fuck did you end up at Bunnings?
Yeah.
20 minutes away from where you need to be in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
like
that's
that is
crazy.
that's definitely your fault. And I was just like, sorry, dude, I can't. He was like, up to this point, he was being very like trying to be nice, like putting on like I'm not going to rob you persona, which is actually what he said. He's like, oh, I swear I won't rob you. And I was like, oh, that actually makes it a lot more suspicious. It makes me feel like you will rob me when you say I won't rob you though. Yeah. So I was like, oh no, look, honestly, dude, like I'm sorry, like no, I can't do that. And then he's like, oh fuck, and then like full on, he like kicked the car next to me. He was like so angry. He's like, fuck, no one wants to fucking help me these days.
shit.
What the fuck is wrong with people? And then just started losing it. And I was like,
That's fucked.
And I was like right next to my car. So I'm like, all right, man, good day. Like, I hope you have a good day. And then like get in my car and like lock the doors. I was like, oh,
Jesus.
no one wants to fucking help anyone these days. Fuck. And I was like, dude, you know what? I wonder why people don't want to help you when you just kick this guy's car next to you.
Jesus.
Imagine that dude just watching from afar. Oh, that's my.
What the hell?
Oh, that's my car. Oh. Yeah, dude, that guy was pretty crazy. I don't know. I've had a few people approach me, but that's definitely one of the more notable ones for sure.
Yeah.
I had a guy actually, and this is why I try not to. I try to like if a homeless person asks for money, I always offer to buy like food or something instead of giving them money. Because this one time I was like 19. I was like in the valley in Brisbane, which is like where you go out and you go clubbing. And I was out with a few friends and I was waiting for them to get out of like McDonald's or something like that. And I was sitting on this bench and this guy approaches me and I talk to him for like 10, 15 minutes and he's kind of telling me like his life story. And he's like, man, I just need, like if you could blah, blah, blah. Like, we're just talking normally. And then at the end he drops like, oh, by the way, like, would you mind like giving me some money?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have any money on me, but I would. And he goes, oh, there's an ATM like just there. Fuck. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'll go to the ATM. That's fine. I'll get you out $20. And he's like, yeah, thanks, man. Like, this means so much to me, bro. Like, I really appreciate it. And I was like, all good, dude. And I'm at the ATM. He's fucking right next to me, by the way, while I'm at the ATM, like watching my screen, the ATM screen.
That's fucked.
And I go to get out $20 and he's like, oh, can you get me $50 instead? And I like kind of look at him and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Like I've said, I'll get you $20.
Yeah.
And then this man pushes his luck and goes, can you give me $50? And I was like, I don't like, that's a lot of money. And I was making $400 a week.
Yeah.
As an apprentice at this point. So $50 is like a lot of money.
Nice. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and he's like, if you give me $50, I don't have to like be out on the street for the rest of the night. I can just go, that'd help me out a lot. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll get you $50. And I give it to him. And then he goes, oh, this is so sick. I'm saving up for a car so I don't have to be homeless anymore. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. You can like sleep in your car. And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting a Holden Cavalier or something like that. It's called like the fucking like $20,000 or $30,000 secondhand cars that are like full leather interior, like what a drug dealer would
is
buy.
Gonna help me.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save up for that. I figure I'll save up for like a $20,000 car, so I got a nice car. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
What's this $50 gonna do for you, mate?
$50, and I've just found out what you're gonna do is buy a $20,000. Are you a fucking idiot? But I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I hope things go well.
Yeah.
Fuck, there goes $50. I walk off. I don't think much of it. I'm kind of feeling good about myself. I'm like, I did a good deed today. I gave a homeless man some money. And then maybe like an hour later, I come out of the club, like a different club, and I'm walking down that same street. And there's that fucker doing the same thing to somebody else.
Jesus.
And you know what? I don't even think he was homeless. I think he was just a guy that was going out and just asking people for money. I took a second examination with my drunk goggles on at him. Dude was wearing like TNs.
Yeah,
like
right, yeah.
He was wearing like
suit.
a respectable
Like he looked
outfit
alright,
kind of thing.
yeah.
He looked fine. And I was like, I think this guy's just hustling people. This guy's just fucking full swindling people. The fact he was like, if you give me $50, man, I can just go. I don't have to be out here anymore. And I'm like, all right, here's $50. This sucker lied to me. He was still outside swindling people the whole rest of the night.
Damn.
Fucker, dude. I'm sorry. It changed. And honestly, like that was like a core memory that like changed the way I view giving people money.
I don't trust anyone. That's like, what's 20,000 divided by 50? Like how many times has he done this to get this car?
Oh God. I don't
How many
even.
nights was he out there?
I don't know, man. He
I wonder what a good night for him is.
It's a lot. It's a lot of swindling though.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, $50 for talking to me for 20 minutes. And dude, I just can't get over being at the ATM. And he's like,
crazy.
Yeah, actually, can you give me 50 bucks?
That's fucked. You should have said fuck no.
Well, I was being a nice. I'm not a confrontational
Yeah,
person.
I'm the same. I would have given him 100 straight up.
Yeah. I would have
shocking.
said, no, I'm not giving you
I
any
would have bought him
money.
the car.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. And like, you know, back then, like I didn't know like any like martial art or like anything.
Yeah.
Like if he wanted to fight me,
was
I
on.
would have, you know, I was scared. So I was just like, yep, that's fine. Yeah, I'll give you, how much do you want? You know what? How about you just take my car?
Yeah.
Here, have my car.
Here's my keys.
I'll walk to work. It's all good.
We got chased once, actually.
Oh, in Sydney?
No, I can't remember that. Did we get chased in Sydney?
Do you remember that? But there was a homeless guy that didn't have any pants on. He had his like cock out. Don't you remember that?
At the front of our like hotel when we went to.
Or maybe you blocked that out. Remember he caught you? There was a guy who was like pissing or something like that. In Sydney, we were like looking for a place to like go drink.
Yeah.
And then there was a homeless guy like, or just a guy in general, just pissing on the street.
Yeah.
And
I can't remember getting chased.
And then
by
he
this
like
man,
turns to us, he's like, hey, hey, like that. And we were like, and then we sped up and went around the corner.
That's crazy.
You don't remember that?
I can't remember. I remember a guy pissing. I can't remember getting chased. Like, a little.
Yeah, he started walking after us.
Damn.
He didn't full sprint, but he was.
That's
he was,
hilarious. Yeah, I must have blocked that moment out of my memory.
He was pacing quite fast with his dick
cock
out.
out.
Yeah, towards us.
Damn. That's probably the fastest way a man can run with his cock out, I think.
Tripedal.
Yeah.
You remember
I
that?
can't remember getting chased.
Well, what was this other chase story then?
I was like when I was back home. I got chased. Me and my mates went down
I
to
don't
like.
remember that.
Yeah, I don't think you were there. Actually.
No, I would have been.
I think I was like
remember
16.
That.
Yeah, we're like down at this. It's called like Lake Batobe. It's like the beach, and then it's like caravan parks, and it's like got playgrounds and stuff in Warrnambool.
Yeah.
And we're down there, and we're walking up, and these like two guys are like talking to this girl, and they're like just harassing her. Like they would have been like 18, 19, just harassing her. Like they were just obviously just fuckheads.
Yeah.
And she was sort of in front of us, and she sort of like looked around. She was like, like maybe you can hang out with these guys instead, like, you know. And then that we're like, yeah, what's you guys? You're all right. Like we're 16 years. It was like four of us, and we're 16. These guys are like 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and we're like, yeah, is everything cool? Like you're all right? She sort of like she was like, can you help me?
Yeah.
And we're like, is everything all right? And then one of my mates knew them. And we're like, was looking at him like, oh fuck. And then they must have had some sort of beef, or their older brother sort of shit. And they both sort of looked at him. And then he was like, and then the girl like sort of walked off. And then we were like, all right, see you later. Like, all right. And we walked away from him.
Yeah.
And then my mate was standing next to me. He goes, when we get around this corner, fucking run. Because they were like walking behind us.
What is this, a fucking Stephen King novel?
Yeah, legit. It was fucked. He was like, when we get around this corner, we run.
Starts clicking.
What do you think you're doing here, Doyle? Didn't I tell you not to come around here anymore? Oh, we gotta get out of here.
Leave me alone. I'm just trying to write my book.
Hey, leave me alone.
Yeah, but yeah, then we like ran, and then we ran away, and we ran, and then we got to my mate's place, and we're like, oh fuck, and he's like, yeah, dude, they're like fucked in the head, like they've like hurt people before and shit.
They've hurt people before?
I remember him saying that, and I was like, 16 me was like, what the fuck?
They've hurt people before.
hurt
man.
people before.
You don't want to know.
But yeah, so that was pretty crazy. I got chased again by these like older kids in cars. Me and two of my mates were like walking down to the servo near his house.
Yeah.
And these older kids who one of my mates knew, and they were like just like fucking with us, were like driving around and following us.
Yeah.
And we did the back alley play where we like ran into like this back alley and then double backed, and then
double
we,
back.
double back, and we kept calling it I was like, we'll run on like the back alley play. We kept calling it the back alley play, and we like double back. We knew them, and we are just like, they were fucking with us, and we were fucking with them. Like it wasn't like it was dangerous.
You have a flashback to your coach, like drawing it on like the whiteboard. He's like, this is called the double back play.
X's and
This is the
O's.
back alley play.
Yeah, and then we did that, and then the next day, one of my mate who I did the back alley play with worked with the bloke that was driving the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, where the fuck did you go? We couldn't find you. It's like, we were driving around for like half an hour, and we thought you guys were lost or some shit. He goes, yeah, we got yous with the back alley play. It was fun.
Fucking got you,
The
bro.
back alley play.
That's good as. I have a challenge for you.
Oh.
Okay. What's the game called?
The creature's criticism.
Creatures criticisms.
Creatures criticism.
Oh, Frank farted.
Creatures.
Which
crap.
is where we bring a bunch of reviews for something and we read out the reviews.
Yeah.
And the other person has to guess from which game or movie or whatever correlates to which review. The movies, do you want to guess the movie as well?
Harry Potter.
No, that actually would have been really good.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot more sense for this podcast.
Yeah.
It was Star Wars this time.
Oh, okay. Still good. Space opera.
6 Star Wars movies.
Right.
The only 6 that exist in my mind.
Fair enough. I
So
can
none of
probably guess.
not 7, 8, or 9. This is 1 to 6.
Yeah.
And you have
so
to.
I'm thinking Rogue One, the Han Solo movie, Solo.
Yeah.
The animated one in the style of.
None of that. The first one. The first review
Okay.
comes from Beth B.
Beth B.
Yeah.
Right, hit
So
us with it.
I grabbed out the tome of Rotten Tomatoes and I read out some of the reviews from there. So this first one comes from Beth B, and it is all these years later, still midding, 2.5 stars.
All these years later, still midding.
Yeah. Like it's mid.
Yeah. All these years later, still midding. That's tough because the prequels were a while ago, and then the ones before that,
Yeah.
the original trilogy, is even longer ago. But years makes me think just like a couple of years
Okay.
for some reason. So I'm thinking prequels.
Okay.
I reckon it's Phantom Menace.
That's correct. That's
go.
correct.
Let's
Oh my God. Damn, that's good. Yeah. All these years later, still midding the Phantom
yeah.
Menace. Beth
Fuck
B did
yeah.
not like the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
It's boring as fuck, except for the Darth Maul fight.
Yeah. Okay. This next review is from Lucas G.
Okay.
And it says, "It was okay. Not my favorite movie. Would be 2 stars, but no, my brother is yelling, 'Luke, I am your father,' and hitting me with his stick. 1/2 star." And he rated it 1/2 star.
Is that Yoda, my brother?
He said, wait, what? He said, it would be 2 stars, but no, my brother is yelling. I think he means now my brother is yelling.
Yeah.
"Luke, I am your father," and hitting me with his stick.
Right.
1/2 star.
So that would be the original trilogy. Fuck, does he doesn't say at the end of New Hope, does he? I can't remember what one he says, "Luke, I'm your father," at the end of.
Yeah, that review doesn't really align with the movie it is.
Right. Fuck it, Revenge of the Sith.
That is incorrect. It was Return of the Jedi.
It was Return of the Jedi. Is that
Yeah.
when he says,
No, he says it in
He does it in
Empire
New-
Strikes Back.
does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Return of the Jedi is the last one where he fucking
Lightning's
saves
in.
him.
Yeah, okay.
So
Damn.
No,
Brother,
that's
all right.
1-0.
That's all
1-0. That's all right.
I just took a pun. I was like, fuck it, maybe, yeah.
Yep, that's all right. Okay, so this next one comes from Alexander A, and it is best one of the trilogy, 3 stars.
Best one of the trilogy, 3 stars. Okay, so that makes me think it's either Revenge of the Sith or Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
because they're the best ones of those trilogies, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate to the
It's the
overall.
best one of the
opinion.
trilogy. He probably would have said, if he has the lingo of trilogy, that makes me think he would have said prequels.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I reckon it's
Right.
Return. What did I say? Return of the Jedi.
What? No. Wait. What? You reckon Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
For the prequels.
No, because I reckon he says. So I'm trying to like decipher this. I'm trying to big brain this because he said best one of the trilogy.
Yeah.
I think he means the original trilogy
Okay.
because I feel like if he said trilogy, he would have said prequels if he meant Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
So I reckon it's Return of the Jedi. It makes sense.
It is incorrect. It is Revenge. Revenge of the Sith was that one.
Why didn't he say prequels, the dickhead?
Best one of the trilogy. The new trilogy,
That's what I mean.
the worst one. Okay. That's all right. We have 3 left.
What an idiot.
We have 3 movies. 3 movies left to guess. All right. This next one comes from Nicholas N.
Phantom Menace.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Flamel. This one. Wow, that was quite a mess of a movie. You could fall asleep through the whole movie and then just watch the last 20 minutes or so where something happens. 1/2 star.
Attack of the Clones.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right.
Yeah, that one felt so, yeah. That's my review of that movie too. Did I write that?
Yeah, nothing happens at all. Okay, so Benjamin D,
Yeah.
2 stars. It's very boring and overrated.
A New Hope, or I've done the prequels. So it's A New Hope or Return of the Jedi. Not Return of the Jedi. Yeah, Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. I can't remember what one we said.
I don't know, man. You just got to guess.
I think it's A New Hope.
You're correct. You are correct.
A New Hope is kind of a little bit boring. to
Which
an extent.
means there's one review left by Jeremy _ and it is I hate Star Wars. It's all bad, all of it. 1 star.
all of them. Fuck, he hates Star Wars that much.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's the one he put that review for.
Damn.
It's
that's
weird
crazy.
that you would write I hate Star Wars, it's all bad, all of it, and you would write that review on episode 5.
Yeah. You think you'd do it on all of them.
Or the last one?
Yeah.
6 or 1?
Yeah,
or,
it's kind of weird that he picked that to do it on.
Yeah.
That's when he was like just fucking hating it, and then episode 5 tipped him over the edge, and he just had to write that. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
What'd I get? Like 4 out of 6? Or something?
I didn't count.
I got 4
I think it was 4 out of
6.
6.
I had
Yeah.
to. It couldn't have been 5 out of 6. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Mathematically, I think it was 4 out of 6. That's
Well,
pretty good.
Technically. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I guess. I kind of made it easy for you.
I fucked it. I could have got 6 out of 6 if I had just thought for a second.
Having one review for each movie makes the last ones a lot easier.
It's a 50-50 at the end there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll keep refining the
we'll
game.
keep refining the game.
Yeah,
But yeah, good job, dude.
yeah
good
thank
job.
you. That was not bad. I could have got 6 out of 6. Fuck.
I can smell of movie rant.
Speaking about movies,
When did we? Oh. When did we speak about movies?
that game we played that was all about
yes, that one.
one of the biggest movie franchises of all time, if not the biggest. Another movie franchise has just been revamped. Not revamped. What's the word?
There's a new movie out.
There's a new movie out for it. It's not really a word for that. A new release. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Now, we watched this a couple nights ago, and we watched the trilogy, to rewatch them before we went to go see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, get sort of, the Caesar trilogy. And that trilogy is solid.
The Caesar trilogy is
I want to start off
really
with a high.
good.
That trilogy is really solid. I think the third one sort of drags a bit.
Yeah.
The comic relief of that bad monkey isn't.
I see
the
a lot of
best
people
thing
like
ever.
Bad Ape.
Yeah.
In the third one, everyone's like, this movie would be too depressing if Bad Ape wasn't in it.
Yeah. I guess I get that. But then also, I guess you need that like comedy relief in the darkness. So then the darkness hits even harder.
Yeah, Caesar's getting like practically crucified.
Yeah, he
at
gets like
some points.
tortured. Yeah, true.
And then it cuts to him and he's like, big place bad.
Bad place.
Bad place.
Bad ape. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It probably does need that little bit of comedic relief. I get that. I think the second one's probably the strongest out of the 3.
I think so too.
I really like the first one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We were going to see it the other night. More I think about it, the more I'm like, it wasn't as great as I hoped.
Dude, you left the cinemas like, yeah, that was good, bro. That was
Yeah.
a solid movie.
And then I
was good.
sat on it.
Yeah.
I seethed with me. There was no, I don't know. I guess it's like an
think-
introduction. So I
Yeah.
got to be like,
There's a longer story, I guess, that is
Yeah.
going to be played out.
yeah.
I liked it. I
Visually,
thought it was good.
unreal.
The CGI was ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's like one part where a monkey gets wet at one point, probably
Yeah.
halfway through the movie maybe.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, they're
They're
not
just doing that.
hiding
Yeah.
anything at all. It looked
They're
really,
like on the
really
bridge,
good.
and then this monkey gets wet, and it's
Yeah.
very impressive.
It is like the CGI is
Yeah.
incredible. There are so many shots where I'm
like,
just like,
The monkey's
that's
wet
a real,
and
that's a real
interacting
monkey.
with humans, and you're like, that person's really there.
Yeah.
And this monkey's in the water, like.
Yeah,
That's
it was
yeah.
the CGI was like insane.
Yeah.
And it always has been like,
It always
they've always
has been.
flexed
Yeah.
every single movie. Start
Legit.
with an incredibly
Yeah.
crazy close up on a monkey.
Yeah. They literally end every movie on a close up of Caesar's eyes, and then they started the second one with a close up of Caesar's eyes. They pull out, and he's just pissing down rain. He's like in war paint.
Yeah.
It was sick.
God, that's a
Yeah.
good movie, that
This-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good movies. The trilogy's good. But my issues with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is this big bad isn't fleshed out as much as I hoped.
Yeah.
He's like running this kingdom, and the kingdom's like,
Let's try and avoid spoilers here.
yeah, he's like running a kingdom,
Yeah.
of these apes.
Yeah. The
And
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes,
Yeah,
if
and
you
the
will.
place, it's not really much. It's almost like a colony. It's barely even like, you know
This
what I
is
mean?
definitely spoiler territory.
Yeah.
You're definitely diving into.
Yeah,
This is
it's
heavy
hard to talk
spoilers.
about it without spoiling. I just wish he was
Yeah.
fleshed out more.
I think the
and I wish
big-
he like was running, you know, like doing shit a lot more. He sort of just was there to be a big bad.
I think the biggest issue of the new one is like not that much really happened.
Yeah.
Like the character at the start of the film and where everyone is at the start of the film and then where everyone is at the end of the film is pretty much exactly the same. Nothing has really changed other than a little bit of character development for the main character.
Yeah. So this Caesar and the new ones, Proximus Caesar, whatever his name was. I don't remember his name.
Proximus Seizure. Caesar.
Caesar.
Seizure?
Seizure. He isn't that fleshed out, and then the main character Noah, he doesn't really have like this journey. And then Caesar in the first one literally goes from like a household monkey being, you know, trained by a human to like bringing out all these brothers. You know what I mean? Like there's this big drastic change in him because he like spent. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's hard to like.
I don't want to compare.
It's hard to compare them because that's how do you top that? He literally
Caesar was
liberated
just-
the apes and ran. You know.
I just wish there was some conflict other than external with Noah. Like so he's got like internal conflicts, like, oh, I don't want to hurt the humans, I want to save the apes. Like he likes to, you know what I mean? There's like all these like
For Caesar,
things, and then like
and then
within that, there's apes that are like fuck human, you know what I mean? But in this one, I just didn't feel there was any like internal conflict with Noah.
I have a problem with all the Planet of the Apes movies actually.
Oh yeah,
And that is gorillas on horses.
the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, even this one is a couple times.
Gorillas
Yeah.
on horse. Gorillas weigh like what? We looked it up, like
Yeah, it was
400 kilos.
Yeah, it was something fucked like that.
And they're just riding horses, and the
Yeah.
horses seem so unfazed.
Dude, in Kingdom, it's in the trailer. I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but there's a moment where there's a chimpanzee riding a horse, and then he catches a human, pulls a human on the horse, and then the gorilla jumps onto them,
That's like 500 kilos on the horse, and it's just like,
and the horse is just riding.
yeah, I don't
And
know.
then in the first one, in the like the trilogy, the horse, like gorillas just riding on horses like it's nothing. I don't know.
The humans made a virus
Yeah.
that ended up killing us and making apes smarter. And surprisingly, horses really
Horses got
strong as
really
well.
strong for some
Yeah,
reason.
I don't know how that happened.
Every horsepower got times by 2. All horses are now 2 times more powerful. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. But I mean, that's like the most. We're having got gorillas on horses and literally apes are talking. You know what I mean? So
But
it's
they've like made that reasonable.
Yeah.
Like you believe that in the universe because of the way they've set it up.
and it's very grounded.
And
the
then they're
movie,
just like, oh, also gorillas can ride horses. And you're like, I'm sure they have the capability to ride a horse, but I don't know if a horse has the capability to hold up
hold a gorilla.
a gorilla.
Maybe they do. Maybe we might get a heap of comments being like, bro. You
I
kidding
mean,
me?
if the horses were like a different breed of horse that was like, you know, those like big stout, like northern ones, I would be like, okay, that makes sense that they have those horses.
Yeah.
But they're all just riding like Mustangs.
Normal horses.
Just just really really nice race horses. I don't know.
Maybe. Horses are pretty big. I don't know. A gorilla, they're big. Yeah.
They are known for being big.
Mm.
That is one of the things that the characteristics of a gorilla.
And dense, like strength.
Look, man, you get Joe Rogan talking about a gorilla,
Yeah.
and he won't shut up about how big they are.
Exactly.
Ravenous.
Exactly right. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good movie though. I did enjoy it. I give it like a solid like 7 out of 10.
The overall viewing experience of a movie these days is better at home than it is at a cinema most of the time. That's my opinion. That's my controversial
I'm really
opinion.
happy we saw Talk to Me at the cinemas though.
That was really good.
I reckon horror movies are really good in the cinema.
Watching Endgame in the cinemas was really
Endgame
good.
was unreal.
I watched that like 3 times in the
Yeah,
cinemas.
I watched it a couple times as well. That was
Yeah.
really good. Everyone cheering when fucking Andrew Garfield shows up. Pretty hype.
That wasn't Endgame.
Yeah, sorry, I meant yeah. Oh wait, I watched a
there's
different cut.
the Spider-Man.
I watched the director
Spider-Man
cut.
was really good as well
Spider-Man
to
was
watch in
good.
the cinemas.
Yeah,
That was
sorry.
sick. Watching that the
Endgame,
first week it came out, not having any spoilers to who's going to be in it, and just hoping that everyone shows up. That was cool. That was a good experience.
Infinity War, I think, was better than Endgame, legit to watch. Actually, I don't know when Captain America grabs the hammer. that audience reaction was pretty fucking epic.
Yeah, and when Iron Man goes, I am Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true.
And then snaps his finger. That was fucking hype. Hype as shit.
Infinity War,
Although-
when everyone dies, everyone was like in shock.
Yeah,
I
seeing
remember.
Spider-Man die.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. But when Thor rocks up to Wakanda, oh my god, epic
Yeah.
moments in those two movies. Freaking epic. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
There's like 10 superheroes, and they're like, the camera is just on the superheroes, and there's like 50,000 Wakandans being slaughtered by aliens in the background. You're like, yeah, Captain America, catch that hammer, bro.
And then Captain America and Thor have like a conversation about their beards, and then there's just Wakanda's getting slaughtered in the background. A nice beard, bro. Oh god,
I might never see my wife again. And they're like, oh, no, give me my hammer
I want the
back.
big one. Please.
Oh God, I'm doing this for what? This is fucking Wakanda's literally invisible. Why are we fighting? We could just be sitting here forever. No one would ever know where Wakanda is.
And then I am Groot.
Everyone's like,
And then I start laughing.
Wakanda's being slaughtered in the background. Crazy
That's so
alien
funny.
dogs mauling people. Those giant floating like worms and shit.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Wakanda's
just
are like, I did
eating
not sign.
everyone.
I've got a spear that's a gun for some reason. I don't. This is not what I signed up for.
Saying that, that's actually a good point. In Avengers 1,
Yeah,
it's like the Avengers versus the army. There's
Yeah.
no real
there's like 6 people,
6 people versus like there's not like
and somehow they push them back.
yeah, and the army's not really doing much. They're like clearing the streets and getting people, and then it's Iron Man, Hulk, and Captain America just like, you know what I mean?
we have Hulk.
Yeah, we've got Hawkeye fucking shooting arrows down.
Yeah, he's
It's
got
really a
10
point.
arrows, and he's
Yeah.
just somehow
Same
shot
with
half
Age of
an-
Ultron.
half
Who was
an
helping
army.
him in Age of Ultron? It was just the Avengers
The
versus
Russians.
the robots.
the 2 Russian mutants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're about 30,000 right there.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Like the whole of Fury's just sitting there overviewing this whole thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
he's
6
like-
people on the ground. He's like, we got him. We got him.
Was S.H.I.E.L.D. helping him? I can't even remember S.H.I.E.L.D. being there.
I don't know. I didn't see that much of that. I didn't see that much of anything going on other than Hulk. Hulk destroying
Smashing.
so many people's homes,
Yeah.
cars,
Yeah. It would
Oh,
be-
I just paid off my mortgage. Wow,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so amazing to be a homeowner.
New York
And then
City.
Hulk just jumps on it.
rips you out your kitchen.
Yeah, and throws it at an alien.
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
point.
what the fuck?
Yeah. And those houses would have been very expensive.
What's he got? What's that? Oh, that's another part of my.
This dog, man, he just be chewing stuff.
He finds things. Look at him. He's guilty too. He knows.
And why is he bringing it in here as if he doesn't just chew it in another room? We would never know.
He does it for attention.
And he got it.
Yeah, he did.
Well played.
Look at him. He looks sad
Respect.
now.
I'm going to start chewing stuff. You're editing. I'm just behind you chewing on the fucking corner of your desk.
Just chewing the microphone. No, Mitch. Don't chew the
it.
microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Avengers though. And then Iron Man's like, I'm going to fucking nuke them. And then somehow
Yeah.
survives.
Gets
And the
out of
whole
space.
army's like, oh, I guess we'll just stop invading.
Yeah. Because they're a hive mind, thank God for us.
Yeah. You know what? Hive minds should just stay on their own fucking planet. That's what I say.
agree.
Controversial opinion. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't mind
Call me crazy.
being outed for being creaturist.
but yeah. Thank
But
God
being-
for hive minds, though.
Yeah. Just got to destroy
an
the
enemy.
host mind
Yeah.
and then you're done.
GG.
Yeah.
That's lucky.
Lucky it's a hive mind.
Lucky it's a hive mind.
Oh my God, they outnumber us 57,000 to 1. Don't worry, it's a hive mind.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's actually really
I'm going to take this nuke and throw it straight at its fucking mind.
Yeah, and they bring the hive mind host to the battle.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
hive mind host should be miles away on a different planet.
Basically, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Edge of Tomorrow is
the hive mind.
a hive mind as well.
Makes sense.
We're outnumbered. The battle of D-Day, they're going to kill us. We're completely outnumbered. Hive mind.
When Tom Cruise gets attacked with the fucking blood of the alien and melts, if you can remember that scene, that's brutal.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He, like melts away his face and then he's like screaming
Jesus.
and then he.
That's a really good movie. That
Yeah,
was
Edge of
completely
Tomorrow,
advertised
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, it
and
was.
it
was called,
deserved a
it had,
lot
like 3
more.
names, didn't it?
I don't know. Edging for Tomorrow.
It was like Tomorrow War and like Edge of Tomorrow and then war yesterday. Yesterday's war. It was really weird.
Goon for tomorrow.
Edge for tomorrow.
Edge Max for tomorrow. Tom Cruise's brand new film, Edge Max for tomorrow.
Edge Max tomorrow. Mewing. All you need is kill.
All you need is
That's what it
kill?
was originally called. The film was initially titled "All You Need Is Kill."
What the hell does that
after
even
the light
mean?
novel,
All you need
and then
is kill.
and then it changed to Edge of Tomorrow.
Edging for tomorrow, I think, is a lot better than that.
All you need is goon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Goon or Goon Part 2? Which one did you like more?
Ooh.
Use your voice.
Paul Atreides.
Use your voice. Come! Holy shit.
Edge
Paul.
Master of Arrakis.
I'm Paul Atreides, Edge Lord of Arrakis. Imagine you got pulled over by that guy, and he's like, oh, did you pay for that chocolate?
Oh,
and you
yeah.
go, come, like that, and then he comes his pants instead of stop. What do you?
And then I'd be like, dude, you just cum your pants.
yeah, and then you
just
make fun of
gaslight
him. What the hell,
That would be really
bro?
funny.
That's
That would
actually
be really
so
funny.
fucked, dude.
To,
Also,
like-
is that badge you pulled out made of Lego?
Yeah, what the hell?
Shit yourself. Fuck.
Did you pay for that shit in your pants?
That's disgusting. Oh, you made a bit of chocolate of your own, I see. You brought a little bit of chocolate. Yeah. That'd be cool. If you could have one wizard power, what would it be?
One
Wizard power. Think of the trees of the wizard, right? You got
Yeah.
destruction,
Oh, yeah, like
alteration, conjuring,
Yeah.
any of those powers. Maybe even a little bit of like
feel like-
alchemy.
Yeah.
If you could have one field of study, what would it be?
I feel like conjuring would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that like, could I like
Conjure
conjure
up a flame Atronach and
yeah, oh yeah. Conjure up that flame baddie. So what's she up to? Oh shit.
Why don't you conjure me up a warm bed? Conjure.
Conjure. Could you conjure portals? I can't remember. I don't think you can do that.
Portals. No, I don't think that's a part of.
Are we just talking
Conjuring.
Skyrim?
Let's say, to make it simple, let's say Skyrim. What tree would you study? You're at the College of Winterhold right now. There's that weird high elf bitch out front
Yeah.
that's going to test you. And she goes,
Yeah.
why are you coming to the college? What do you want to study?
Yeah, she's like, I've got books of alteration. I don't know. Probably. I think conjuring would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then you gotta like, cause then that levels up your one hand and your two hand and your bow.
I level up my one-handed regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. But you get the Daedric swords and the bow.
Went right over your head.
Okay, so one hand.
I
I'm
don't need a
two-handed.
school for that. I don't need to be anywhere near a school to level up my one-handed. I don't know about you, dude. I don't know. I don't need to be near a college.
I was like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I thought you were just maxing out your level. I'm like, oh yeah, true. That's a good idea.
Interesting.
I'm
One-handed.
two-handed.
All right, bro. All right.
I don't need to lie.
That's fucked up.
Fucking yeah.
You must
probably
be studying
conjuring.
alteration then.
Conjuring. Yeah. What would you do? I think conjuring. I'd do. Conjuring.
Probably destruction.
Destruction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'd use it for purely selfish gain
Yeah.
as well.
Would you? What?
With great
fire?
power comes no responsibility. I just burn people. Yeah.
Fire or lightning or ice.
I feel like with my background, it would be lightning.
lightning.
Yeah,
Why is
being an
that?
electrician.
Oh, that's good.
And
Yeah.
then having lightning would be sick.
I would probably be a fire mage if I was going to do.
Because you got red hair.
Correct. Yeah. That's the
Wow,
only reason.
that's-
yeah.
It's original.
Pretty cool.
Original. I would have been Fire Nation.
Actually, I would have been fire.
Well, I would have been the Fire
Yeah,
Nation.
not many redheads in the Skyrim lore. I think I met one redhead in the Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah.
You just weren't looking hard enough.
Mm.
Yeah. That is weird.
Is Cicero a redhead? I can't remember.
Cicero's a bitch. That's what he is.
Nah, you trust Cicero.
Yeah, Cicero's actually, he's a mad lad for sure.
You don't trust fucking, what's her name? Spoilers.
Astrid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn her alive.
Yeah, she's a
She looked pretty good as a
mole.
burn cop.
She's like
She looked
fried
fucked
up.
and still like talking to you. You're just like, you're fucked. Look at
Oh,
this.
listener, I was wrong. No shit. You're burnt to a crisp.
How's she like still talk? Surely her
While she's
tongue-
talking to you, you're breaking off a leg, eating it. Shit, it's good. It's good, Astrid.
Surely her
damn.
tongue like melted in her mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still talking.
Gives you the blade of woe. Give you my
Would you have slept with a night mother when she was alive or dead?
or dead. Wait, I mean,
Night Mummy. Sorry.
this is
That's what I
this is
thought.
getting derailed so quick. Yeah, she's an apparition in Oblivion.
Yeah.
Everyone in Oblivion looks like you made like a wax model of them and then you left them in the oven for like 10 minutes. That's
very
what
true.
everyone in Oblivion looks like.
Yeah, Bethesda's got that like weird look to their characters, like Uncanny Valley sort of look.
Yeah, it's called just being really shit at your job.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. They have
Shit
never
engine.
had good character customization.
Yeah.
And your characters always end up looking pretty much the same as like any of the 10 presets.
Yeah.
And it's just horrible. The characters always look so ugly in every game.
What race do you go normally in? So,
I usually do wood elf.
oh yeah.
I'm a stealth archer. That's that's what I do.
Yeah. Original. Well,
Yeah. I discovered that when I was a wee lad.
sure.
I discovered
didn't-
stealth archery and that
yeah.
became my major.
Pretty busted stealth archery.
Yes,
And it's
like
cool.
the wizarding meta in Skyrim sucks
Yeah.
because you're always out of mana.
Yeah, the start of it's rough, but then later on it's fucking insane. You can do some crazy spells.
Yeah, you can't. Did you ever do the mastery spells?
Yeah.
We learned the master spells and they're
like fucking conjuring a fireball of death. Yeah.
yeah,
They like set like a whirlpool around you or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I did all that shit. First playthrough I did destruction.
Yeah.
And then second one I did one-handed and bow. And then I was like, let's get wacky. And I did the companions my third run and I did two-handed
Yeah.
and did like fucking heavy armor. And
Two-handed's
it's just, like,
fun.
It's
Two-handed
cool.
is really
You get
fun.
some cool like animations where you just
There's like
someone.
actually no reason having a shield in that game.
No, I've never used I don't think I've ever used a shield in any of those games like that.
Yeah. No, me neither.
A sword and shield?
Sword and shield,
Cringe.
sword and destruction spell that you just blast them
Yeah.
while you also strike
Absolutely.
them. Yeah.
Sword and
DPS
shield. Who
major.
the fuck's using a shield in Skyrim?
Dweebs, dude.
Yeah.
Dweebs. Who uses a shield in any
Any
game?
game. I've
Yeah.
never used a shield.
Even Dark Souls. I don't use a shield in Dark
Oh,
Souls. Just
shit,
dodge.
no. Exactly.
Fucking losers.
Fucking losers.
Anyway, thank you all for listening to another episode of The Wizard's Tower. Pick up your hat and your stuff. I can't believe this is like I'm just making this up. Is this the outro?
Yeah, it is now.
All right, pick up
We
your
did
hat
last.
and your staff and get out.
Oh, don't forget your magic ring.
Oh, don't forget. Oh, actually, maybe I can have that magic
Oh, I might
ring.
have that actually.
It's my birthday.
50 gold and black markers.
It's my birthday. It came to me. All right, see you later. Bye.